Welcome to another episode of CARNATOMY, and behind me is a 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 8. So we start up here, and this is a car that belongs to Jack.
By belongs, you mean like part of this used to be the car here. So we have completely replaced pretty much everything on the car. So this is a new car, pretty much from the ground up. When we got the car, it was gonna be a quick, easy fix.
This runs and drives?
That's what the listing said.
They're smoking something, because that's pretty insane for that damage. I mean, all right, so I just,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, there you go. Oh. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes! So this car had a big accident in the front. It had some really bad paint work in the back, and the engine was running a little bit lumpy. So Jack decided that we're gonna take all of it off, strip every single bolt off, strip all the paint off, and then resurrect it as a brand new car, and better than Mitsubishi ever built it.
Mitsubishi?
This is for all intents and purposes, a brand new engine, because we replaced literally everything in here.
It wasn't a lot. It was you know. Okay, yes, we took everything off this car.
As I'm looking in the back, and we're looking at you doing all the metal work.
So this car is this car has always been a dream car of mine. I've always wanted an Evo, and when I got this one, I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was. And along the way, Freddie and I discovered a ton of different things on this car. Besides the front being wrecked, it had a quarter panel replacement in the back, which was really, really bad. This side had some bad bodywork done right here, where they had replaced a section of metal. It was really, really rough. So we cut all that out, we changed all those things.
Now, you call this car the Rusty-Evo.
It is the Rusty-Evo. So this car came from Colorado. It was, before that, it was a Maryland car. So it lived its whole life in climates that were not friendly to cars, especially steel cars. We had so many issues because of that. Even the rear control arms, which are aluminum, have metal sleeves in the bushings, and that actually expanded in the aluminum and caused cracks where the castings were put together. So the worst thing was when we went underneath the car and we discovered that it had rusty frame rails, and the frame rails were so bad that there's no way I could have had that car afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think you could have lived with yourself knowing that those
No.
frame rails were rusted, because they started to rust from the inside out. Now, these cars were notoriously thin-skinned, like their metal was thin, but they also didn't treat them very well from the late 90s and early 2000s.
I mean, there wasn't a single part on this car that was really good, but now everything is brand new, and this is my dream car. I mean, number one, look at the interior. So if you see this here, Matt from E3 Customs did a full custom interior. This is like no other Evo out there. You'll never find another Evo that has a nicer interior.
Yeah.
The seats are Audi leather, or
yes, they're Audi from the RSQ3 or something like that.
So the centers of the RSQ3.
Yes.
And I think the sides, I want to say he said Lamborghini leather.
Yes, so they're OEM, they're high quality, they're not Mitsubishi leather. And everything else that would be plastic, like the dash panel, all that is covered in leather.
All leather.
Yeah.
Got the stitch, the French seam, which I specifically asked for because I really like the theming of the GT3, how it kind of gives that touring car, but it's also sports car feel. So I wanted that for this. There's still some more things that I need to do. Obviously, we don't have the shifter console on there, but that's something that I have.
Blur that out.
Yeah, I have a plan for that later. But I mean, we did blue seat belts. So yeah.
And all the blue is matching to the color of the car, which is,
the color of the car is actually BMW Marina Bay Blue. And I originally was gonna go with Royal Sapphire Pearl, and my wife actually was the one who chose the color. She said, hey, you like that color from the car down the street? We walked down the street, we looked at our neighbor's car, he walked out and said, what are you looking at my car for? I said, oh, I just really like your color. And that was
You're taking paint samples from his car, yeah.
You guys here over at Koenig decided that you wanted to sponsor the car and put it in the booth. And you guys have come together with these really, really nice wheels. These are 18 by 9.5. With a Nitto tire on them.
And they're forged, which is different from the usual process of flow-formed wheels. These are a new style that's going to be available in 2024.
Yeah.
So these are the first wheels on a car, and they look fantastic, especially with all the bronze in the back. This sets it off. So I'm a big fan of blue on bronze or blue on gold. I think the contrast there is really nice and it's really classy. Also, I don't know if you can notice, you probably won't get this on camera, this bronze also matches the bronze that's on the control arms, because Jack is a crazy person and he decided to powder coat all the suspension while it was off the car.
Yes, it was funny because I powder coated my suspension and then it rubbed off on him. And then
I had to powder coat everything else. Yeah.
This is a dream come true, and I'm really thankful for Koenig and thankful for my friend Freddie making this a possibility, because this car is 100% my dream car. It is everything I ever wanted to do to a car. It was literally the test of my mental fortitude on how much I could actually handle in a short period of time, and we made it.
Yeah.
We made it by the skin of our teeth.
Yes.
We're still here.
Now, I think you should do a rapid fire sort of lightning round of what you did on that engine, because we did go to the engine bay, you glossed over that, but I want to pay special attention because from what I know, you have an FP black turbo, you have a full custom exhaust. This is a JDM valve cover, and then you have the coil-on plug system. You have a see-through valve cover.
Gotta have the see-through valve cover.
You know, because Jack thinks it's 2003.
The block is hot.
Yeah. We have a Skunk 2 intake manifold. We have powder-coated hard pipes. And then inside the engine, we have forged rods, forged pistons. We have some different cams. They're GSC S2.
S2, 274 cams.
Yeah, 274 cams. We have a smaller battery, which may or may not be a good idea.
That might work, it might not.
We have a different wastegate. This should, in this configuration, when we get it up and running, should make around 600 horsepower, right?
On E85, this should make roughly 600 horsepower pretty comfortably. Pump gas, I've seen these make 550, 560, no problem with this kind of setup. But the ultimate goal of this is to have a reliable but yet fast and fun car. And also, if you guys haven't watched the video, I have to beat Freddie's RS.
Yeah.
So, and that's definitely going to happen because that thing is slow.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because this car doesn't run and mine does. One thing that your car does have, though, and mine doesn't, is all these JD Customs touches. So they provided all the titanium bolts. They got these really cool metal radiators, reservoirs rather.
Yes.
And then they have these tie downs.
They're all titanium. Everything is titanium.
Everything is titanium. They don't need to be, but they are because he's fancy.
One of the coolest things about what they did too was I asked them to do a fade on this piece here, and they faded the bronze into just regular, like kind of raw titanium look. And the reason I did that is because the only piece in this engine bay that has a silverish look to it is the radiator.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not gonna fit where you have like just the radiator here.
So it looks like a very natural fade. They knocked it out of the park.
Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Carbon lip, because why not? You gotta have a carbon lip. You know?
You definitely want to have the thing that's worth the most and the most fragile to be on the bottom of your low car.
The bottom front of your low car.
Yeah.
But altogether, this has been an absolute pleasure. Along the way, so many cool people have helped me with this car. Number one, my boy here, he's the reason why this is even possible. My friend Derek and his wife Rita, they built the whole engine from the ground up. They came through in a very, very, very tight schedule. We literally had 2 weeks to build the engine before we had to get the car together in the next week. So.
And then there were some setbacks.
Yeah, we had a piston with a loose wrist pin. Real Street Performance came through. They hooked us up with Manly Turbo Tough pistons and rods. We have the I-beam rods. They also did this intake cover here, and it says DRZA built. That's Derek and Rita's shop, and that's their whole family, actually. That's their family's names, Derek, Rita,
Zachary and Hayden, yep.
And so that was something special to me that I wanted to do as just an homage to the fact that this isn't possible without friends. This whole build has been about the fact that you can build a cool car. A lot of cool cars can be built by, you know, 1 or 2 different people working on it, but this car was a car that was built with love by so many different people, and without those people, none of this is possible. So super thankful for them, and that's kind of the rundown of my Evo 8.
Let's get it running.
Yeah.